Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. It is Thursday, December the 7th, 2023. Hope you're having a good day today. I appreciate all of you watching these videos. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, hitting the like button. And also, I received a message from a subscriber, Ronnie, yesterday. And Ronnie tells me that he he went back on to see one of the videos, realized he'd been unsubscribed from the channel. It's unknown how that happened. I was talking to a JB just briefly about that last night, and evidently if you guys make sure you hit the bell notification, even if for some reason something happens and you're unsubscribed from the channel, the bell notification will notify you whenever I put up a new video, and that way you can monitor to make sure you're staying subscribed to the channel. I know we're just starting out here, just starting to grow, but I'd like to keep all of you subscribed and also, getting word when I'm putting up new content. So just be careful of that. But again, thank you for watching. Most importantly, please share these videos with everybody that you can, family, friends, colleagues, co-workers, anybody that exhibits a willingness to listen and to pay attention and to want someone who wants to understand really what's going on. I try on a daily basis to hit just key topics that I think are important for all of us to be keeping an eye on, with a little bit of flavor sprinkled in once in a while about my law practice and the stuff that goes on here on a daily business as someone running their own business now for going on almost 30 years, 29 years. With that being said, I saw something this morning about the fact that the mainstream media is out there now touting that refinances are once again exploding. They're off the hook. Everyone's rushing to refinance their house because the rates have dropped. This is shocking to me. I mean, number one, the rates have come off of that 8% rate. I don't know exactly what the rates are now or the refinance rates, but they can't be much below the mid 7s or the low 7%. So my question is, who are these people that are rushing in to refinance their mortgage at 7%? Given where we were 18 months ago, maybe 24 months ago, when mortgages were down, you could get mortgages in the mid 2s, high 2s. So what is going on here? All I can think of is, number one, because look, very few people have bought a house in the last few months at 8%. Are now looking to drop to 7%. Maybe there's some of those people, but it seems to me that what we're looking at mainly is people that are over indebted. They're writing a bunch of credit card debt at 21, 22%, and they're just waiting for any glimmer of hope where they can come in and consolidate that debt through some kind of a home equity loan or refinancing to roll debt into it. So that's one thing that I'm thinking of. Or you just have people that are so broke, they're house poor, meaning they have equity in their house, but they have no other assets to their name. And again, looking for any glimmer of hope to come in, to refinance, to pull cash out of their house to pay off other debt or to do something like that, either consolidate. So I don't know. I don't know what is driving those statistics, if you believe them. Next article I saw, or the main article I saw today, was from Fortune, and I thought it was important to share with all of you. And it talks about the behavior of a Walmart customer shoppers and how it's been changing according to the CFO and the CEO of a Walmart over the past few months. I'm sorry for my red eyes today, guys. I just got off of a Zoom call, and my eyes are red. They got really irritated. I was trying to read some small print documents, so I apologize for that. Anyway, this article says, according to Walmart, a useful barometer of shopping sentiment in the United States as a provider for both essential and discretionary goods. It says Walmart's grappling with what the implications are for the next 12 months looking forward. It says John David Rainey, Walmart's CFO, told the Morgan Stanley Global Consumer and Retail Conference on Wednesday that consumers behaved so strangely in October it made bosses, quote, sit up in their chairs, end quote. It says spending patterns during the last 2 weeks of October were particularly puzzling when compared with prior months, he continued, though he said he did not intend to be alarmist in any way. And of course, it's like, don't say too much. We don't want our stock prices to plummet. But it says, unfortunately, for Rainey, Wall Street may have already been spooked. The retailer's share price has slumped this month 7% after a nosedive following the group's Q3 earnings call. This is on the call in mid-November. Rainey first hinted at shifting consumer behavior, saying, quote, we see our customers showing ongoing discretion in seeking value to manage within their household budget. Seeking value to manage within their household budget. Again, that's code for our consumers are broke. It says on the same day as Rainey updated, Walmart's CEO, Doug McMillon, sat down with CNBC for a more in-depth discussion about shopping habits. And he says, quote, customers generally speaking are really sensitive right now. They're prioritizing their orders, and they know that there's a chance that prices might lower right before Christmas or right after Christmas with clearance. So that's what we expect to happen. So they're waiting on the sidelines, this acknowledges, to come in to pick up things for the cheapest amount possible because the consumers don't have the money. They don't have credit lines left on their credit cards. They don't have HELOC money left in their line of equity of their home to tap into. And then the article concludes and says Amazon. So we have Walmart warning, and now it says Amazon echoes Walmart's observations. And it says Walmart isn't alone in its observations. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy said his team saw similar trends from the top of the online tree and seemed confident consumers would continue to turn to them for the essentials. He says, quote, consumers are still spending, end quote, he said in an interview with CNBC this week. They're being careful about what they spend on, and they're looking for bargains and deals wherever they can. Wherever they can trade down price, they're trying to do so. Look, we all are always trying to be thrifty and looking for better deals or bargains, but they're sugarcoating this. It goes beyond everyone looking for better deals. It goes to the point where people do not have an alternative. They can't afford the prices, and they're having to cut back or go without. And it addresses that in this last paragraph. So indeed, it would take, I find this quote amazing. Indeed, he says it would take a major spike to stop them from buying the essentials. I think people are going to buy certain retail items, he noted. A lot will have to go bad before people stop investing in detergent and shampoo and soap. So really, that's the silver lining, that things haven't gotten bad enough yet where people can't afford to buy basic food items or soap to wash their dishes or detergent to wash their clothes. So I guess that is the supposed to be the positive takeaway from Amazon's CEO, guys. Lastly, no other articles today. I will address something that comes up in my practice just for a couple of minutes. I do get comments that you like to hear these little stories, and I appreciate the feedback, good or bad. So in the area where I practice, lots of matters come before the court on what's called law in motion work. So if I need to ask the court for a ruling on something, I will file what's called a motion. If another party in a case needs to ask for a ruling or a determination on a certain issue in the case prior to trial, they will file a motion. There are lots of motions, discovery motions to compel discovery. So I have a motion coming up next Monday, which it's been filed against my client. It's a case dispositive motion, meaning if I lose the motion, the case, or most of the case, at least as it pertains to these parties, will be finished. It's called a motion for judgment on the pleadings. In this county, we have a what's called a tentative ruling process. So the court day before the hearing on a motion, the judge posts a written tentative ruling of his or her tentative or purported or proposed decision. I would say 95% of the time the tentative rulings are posted. And so you have an indication as the lawyer in the case of which way the judge is leaning to go. Is the judge leaning towards your position or the other side's position? I will say I have been successful in changing the court's mind on tentative rulings from time to time, but usually the tentative rulings become the ruling of the court even after the lawyers sit there and babble for 15 or 20 minutes. In my jurisdiction, their rules are very, very, very specific, and they're very punitive if you do not follow them. And this goes for all of you people that are not detailed people and are not timely and are not organized and are not punctual, because it can have major consequences. So the way it works here is when the tentative ruling is posted, it gets posted at 3 p.m. the day before the hearing. I have, and all the lawyers have of the parties, until no later than 4:30 p.m. that day, if you do not like the tentative ruling, if you don't agree with it, to notify the other party, the other lawyer, and to notify the court clerk by phone. If you do not do both prior to 4:30 p.m. the day before the hearing, and the tentative ruling has been issued, the tentative ruling becomes the ruling of the court the next morning. You do not have the right to show up and make oral argument either in favor of your position or against your position. So it's just something that we have to deal with here in our county, and it's something that's been in effect. It's not in effect in many, many counties. For example, I had a case in LA County yesterday I was on a Zoom call for. There are tentative rulings posted, but they're just for the convenience of the parties in counsel. It's not something where you have to read it the day before, find out if you want to request argument, and then give everyone notice. You're automatically granted the right to argue if you call in or show up at court that day. Similar with Orange County. But in Riverside, in this county where I practice, Riverside County of California, we have this other procedure, and it can burn you. So we'll see. Tomorrow will be, because it's my hearing is on Monday. Tomorrow's the court day before the hearing, so I'll be waiting for a tentative ruling on this motion after 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And I hope that is interesting, maybe. And with that being said, we're right about 12 and a half minutes, almost 13 minutes. I'll keep a little bit shorter today. Keep watch on what's happening. Again, these are the people in the know. These are the CEOs and CFOs of the major corporations that control and observe consumer spending in the major portion of our country. We're talking about Amazon and Walmart, and they are sounding the alarm. So we need to be paying attention, listening to this. With that being said, I'm going to go get a workout here in about an hour. I hope all of you will please do so. I'm glad to hear on some of the comments you're reporting in that you guys are getting your steps in, getting your sprints in, getting your workouts in. Means a lot to me. I do it every day. Helps me focus. Mental health, physical strength is super important right now. I will talk to all of you tomorrow on Friday. Bye.